Hi everyone. If you are watching this video, hopefully it's because you have found out that I'm going to be your teacher in September and not because you clicked the wrong link. I am going to read you a story, and the story is called Almost Anything, and it's a really lovely story, and it's a story that we're going to be doing a bit of work on when we come back to school in September. I'll show you the front cover. It's by an author called Sophie Horn. Let's start the story. Oh, let's put my glasses on. It was the sort of day for doing almost anything, and everyone was busy with this and that. Everyone except George. George didn't think he could do this or that, so George did nothing. Hello, George, said Otter. And what are you up to? Oh, nothing, said George. Well, why don't you come and do some painting with me, said Otter. That does look good, said George, but I can't paint. Come and do some dancing with us then, said Hedgehog. That does sound fun, said George, but I can't dance. Then Badger asked George if he might like to play Skittles. Oh, that does look smashing, said George, only I can't play Skittles. You could help me fly my kite, said Fox, or try a spot of roller skating, said Beaver. I'd love to, but I can't, said George, rather sadly. My paws are too fumbly for flying kites, and I can't do roller skating. I'm a little bit wobbly. So George did nothing. Now Bear, who had watched all of this, was as smart as she was old, and she was very old. She took a sheet of paper, folded it once, twice, and 3 times more. George said, Bear, come over here, I have something for you. For me? Asked George. For you, said Bear, as she handed him a small paper hat. It's magic. Really? Asked George. Really, said Bear. If you wear this hat, I am quite sure you will be able to do almost anything, even roller skating. But Bear, I can't. You can, George, said Bear. Just pop the hat on. So George did pop that hat on, and the roller skates, and off he went. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, Bear, cried George. You said that if I wore the magic hat, I could do almost anything, but I can't. I'm just too wobbly. Of course you can, said Bear. You just need to give the magic a chance. Have another go, George. So George gave the magic a chance, and he had another go. And after a time, he found he was roller skating. Hooray, the magic hat is working, said George. I wonder what else it can do. George dared to try a little dancing, and in no time at all, he found that his footwork was quite fancy indeed. Well, how about that, said George. I can dance. Oh, look, my dog has come to say hello. George leapt and twirled and jigged until his feet felt weary, and then he tried a spot of painting. Hurrah, said George, I can paint. After all that, George thought he might try a little bit of reading. Look, Bear, look at me, I'm reading, said George. Oh, thank you, Bear. I love my magic hat. And just like that, George found he was extremely busy doing this and that and even more besides until... No! Cried George. Oh, Bear, the hat is lost, the magic is gone, and now I can't do anything. Don't worry, said Bear, the hat may be lost, but the magic isn't gone. You see, George, that hat was only folded up paper. The magic, that came from you. And magic? Asked George. You are, said Bear. Just think of all those wonderful things you did. With and without the hat. George, when you give your magic a chance, you can do almost anything. I can, said George, I can. And once George knew this, he tried ever so hard to always give his magic a chance, even when he was a little bit wobbly. The end. Oh, it's a lovely story, wasn't it? Sorry for the dog interruption. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will be doing lots of lovely work about that when we come back in September. So for now, bye-bye.